When Lorraine James boarded Flight 448 from Los Angeles to Atlanta, she felt on top of the world. Her achievements in medicine had finally been recognized. She was invited to speak at an international conference, had an article published in a prestigious journal, and had received an honorary award. It was her personal victory after years of struggle, doubt, and discrimination. But less than 15 minutes after boarding, she was reminded that no amount of professional success could protect a black woman from humiliation, especially when a man like Captain Jeffrey Stanton was nearby. The first-class cabin was half empty. Lorraine took her window seat next to a middle-aged woman in an elegant pantsuit. The woman nodded politely, and Lorraine smiled back. She pulled out her tablet, put on her headphones, and started reviewing her presentation. A few minutes later, a man in uniform appeared the pilot. He was walking down the aisle, which was already unusual. Captains typically stayed in the cockpit. But not this one. His eyes quickly landed on Lorraine. He stopped by her seat and, without so much as a greeting, said, "Excuse me, miss, I think you're in the wrong cabin. Economy is behind the divider." Lorraine took off her headphones. She thought she'd misheard. "Excuse me. I said you should be in economy class. This seat is for first-class passengers." There was a sudden hush in the cabin. Someone let out a nervous laugh. A book dropped. Lorraine's seatmate looked at the pilot, startled. "I'm sorry, Captain. But she's been here since boarding." "That's her seat." "That's not the point," he said coldly. "I just believe there's been some kind of mistake. May I see your boarding pass?" Lorraine felt anger rising inside her. But she didn't want to make a scene. Calmly she pulled out her ticket. "Here. Seat 2, first class." The pilot looked at the pass, then at her. His face twitched slightly, but his voice remained as "See. Still unusual. I've just never seen." He stopped mid-sentence. "All right. Enjoy your flight." He turned and walked off, leaving behind a trail of discomfort. Her seatmate leaned closer. "That was completely unacceptable. I'm going to file a complaint." Lorraine nodded silently. Her hands were clenched. This wasn't the first time. But never before had it been this blatant, this public, this humiliating. She turned on her phone camera and recorded a short video. Then she wrote a post, honest, direct, without bitterness, but filled with pain. She knew the truth needed to be heard. When the plane landed in Atlanta, her phone was flooded with notifications. The post had gone viral. Within hours, it had millions of views. People commented, shared it, wrote letters to the airline. News outlets and bloggers picked up the story. Several fellow passengers confirmed the incident. The next day, Skywings Airlines issued a statement. They apologized and promised a full investigation. Within 3 days, Captain Jeffrey Stanton was grounded indefinitely. But that was only the beginning. It turned out there had been previous complaints. Several flight attendants and passengers had spoken out about his arrogance, racial remarks, and disregard for women. Until now, it had been dismissed as just his personality. Now, everything had changed. After Lorraine's video, the world refused to look away. And neither could the airline. Lorraine was invited to talk shows. She gave interviews to NEN. But most importantly, she founded a support fund for women facing discrimination in professional spaces. "This isn't a story of revenge," she said. "It's a story of justice. And of how silence never protects. But your voice, it can change everything." Jeffrey Stanton never flew again. He tried to appeal the decision but failed. His name became a symbol of toxic entitlement and a lesson to anyone who thought a uniform and a rank were shields from consequences. And Lorraine James kept saving lives and inspiring others never to let anyone diminish their dignity on the ground or in the sky.